happening, all you future debt-free millionaires? That's right. This is the Debt-Free Millionaire podcast, and we are going to be millionaires in the future. That's right. All of you have the ability to be one, debt-free, two, a millionaire, and if you'd like, a debt-free millionaire. Both of them at the same time. There you go. This is what our podcast is about. You have the ability to become any of these things. Doesn't matter what your background is. Doesn't matter where you come from. Doesn't matter that you started off in the poorest neighborhood in town. Everyone has the chance to make it in the United States. Now, this is one of the only countries where you do have the ability to make it. And if you're going to have that ability, you cannot have the mentality of blaming others for your downfalls. Yes, there will be things that get in your way. Yes, there will be people that get in your way. Yes, there's always opposition in all things that are good. Every time you want to get up, someone's going to try to pull you down. I'll give you an instance. This is a test that was put on by some scientists studying monkeys. So what happened when the scientist put a banana at the top of a rope and lowered that rope into a cage full of monkeys? Well, the first monkey tried to climb that rope. You know what happened to the next monkey? Well, he pulled that monkey down. Then the next monkey jumps up there and tries to climb up, and one of the other monkeys pulled him down. And it happened over and over and over again until no monkeys were trying to climb the rope to get to the bananas. Why was it? Because they got in this mindset that doesn't matter how many times I try, I'm going to be pulled down by somebody else. But you know what that is? That is an excuse. You're not in control of everything around you. You're not even in control of the person next to you. What you are in control of, this is the only thing you really have control of in this life, is you. And it's not just because things will happen with your health and stuff like that, but your mentality, your mind. You are the only one that has control of your mind. Now, yes, people do have certain mental health struggles and concerns, but they are also still in control of that. No one else can change it for them. They're the only ones that can take the steps to get out of the slump that they're in, the hard times that they're in. Someone with major health and mental struggles is going to have a lot harder time getting out of it. And they might not even be able to get out of it depending on how extreme. But the average person has nothing, no one to use that as an excuse if you don't succeed. For instance, I've been through Historical Conquest for 10 years. I want to make that company $1 million company. It's not there yet. My wife has told me that I should really consider what that is if we should drop that company. The thing is that I don't see it as 10 years worth of failing. I have 10 years worth of experience. And this is when we get into the digital gaming system, which is what everyone wants. The physical gaming company basically sides with those that want physical games and don't want digital games. But because of my mentality, it doesn't matter what happens. Now, if all of a sudden I lose all customers and I don't have any support, yeah, of course, I'm going to drop it. It's not worth it. But I know that sometimes it takes 10 years to actually get to the next stage. So I'm going to pull up, I did not look this up beforehand, but I'm going to look up something that's very important. How many years did it take for the largest companies to succeed? And this includes like Facebook and Google, Amazon. Let's see what comes up from that question. Okay, so I've got so some of the top companies. I've got this image in front of me. It says some of the top companies, but it's not giving me the amount of years it took for them to get there. Okay, let's try another one. I should have looked this up a little bit beforehand, but I didn't even think about this. But it is very important to know how long it takes most of these large companies to actually make it somewhere. Okay, let's do this. Here is a blog, the big six companies and how long it took them. And of course, there's a paywall in front of it. Okay, so let me do this. I'm going to pause this for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, that wasn't that hard to find. So, okay, this is the turning point from losing money to profitability for certain companies. Okay, top of the list, 0 years. Now, I know this is not exactly true because it took them many years to design Microsoft and some of the programs, but here it says 0 years. That's because they didn't start it as they were developing it. But that took them about 2 years or so. Apple took 2 years. I can't see some of these. PayPal took 2 years. Google took 3 years. Facebook took 5 years. Netflix took 6 years. Groupon took 9 years. Airbnb, 9 years. Amazon, 9 years. Etsy, 12 years. Twitter, 12 years. Glue Mobile, I don't know what that one is. Ocado, 15 years. And now it's a $1.6 billion company. Amazon took them 9 years, and now they're a $232 billion company. Whew. That's sweet. That's nice. That's very nice. What would happen at year 8 if Amazon decided to give up? You wouldn't have your Amazon Prime. You wouldn't have Amazon Delivery. You wouldn't have a lot of different deliveries that have become quicker because of Amazon. You wouldn't have a lot of these things. Streaming services wouldn't be the same either. So these are all different companies that took a long time to get in. Now, here's the thing. For you as an entrepreneur or as someone that just wanted to learn finances, actually every single person can learn from this lesson. We want the growth mentality. We want the success mentality. We want the, instead of victim mentality, we are the victor mentality. So I'm going to show you some of these. These are the different mindsets that you can have. So let's talk about the first one. This is the victim mentality and the accountability behaviors. So victim or accountability. Which one are you? When something happens in life, do you automatically blame someone else? Or do you introspectively look at things you could accomplish? You don't have to blame yourself. Please, don't blame yourself when things go wrong. A lot of times there's struggles in life that aren't explained by blaming somebody. A lot of times it's just life. So, but when we are in this slump, if we're a victim, we will wait and hope, or think, I can't, or say personal accusations. I'm going to accuse someone personally because of my failure. Oh, it's because of Joe Biden. Sorry, that's actually, I need to do something for my family. So that my alarm is being snoozed because I want to hold off until I'm done with this video. It won't be too long of a video today. But I want to get this done because it's so important. We need to understand where we are as a person. Are we a victim or a victor? So if we are going to be accountable, if we're going to make ourselves accountable, acknowledge our reality. Now remember, it doesn't have to be because of us or because of somebody else. It could be, that's just life. Mother Nature did it. Things come up. It could be like a lot of people, a lot of things that came up, but it's not exactly their fault. It's because something changed in our lives. We have to be ready to change in our lives. We need to have this ability to overcome the struggles in our lives. The other one is blaming others. Or actually, it was blaming others. Personal excuses is me rationalizing myself. So, sorry, I switched those two. Am I going to blame myself or am I going to blame others? Those are all victim mentalities. Those are all behaviors that are going to keep us down and not allow us to succeed in this life. If we become accountable, then we actually become more being able to obtain more things. So if we acknowledge reality, okay, reality happened. I can't change that. I'm going to move forward. Embracing it. Okay, so this is what happens in history. This is what happens from weather. How do I make it so the next time it doesn't affect me as much? This is what happens in my mentality. What triggers me? And this is something that if you go to a counselor, they're going to talk to you a lot, because there are certain things that trigger you in life. It's when you go back and say, "Oh, I can't do things because of something hit you, something triggered you, something happened in your life that's going to make you, I can't go forward." Embrace it. You have certain limitations in your life. That's okay. That is perfectly okay. You can have limitations. Just do not let them overcome you. Do not let them overpower you. Do not let them become you. The next one is finding solutions. Okay, so this happened this time. This is what's going to happen next time. I'm going to succeed because I'm going to do this. And then after all those things, boom, make it happen. Make it happen. Don't just say, "Oh, I can't do these things, and so I'm done." Say, "I can't do these things, so I'm going to learn how to do this thing, and I'm going to succeed." If you can't go up ladder number 1, well, maybe it has a broken rung. Okay, I can't go up that ladder. I'm going to try another ladder. I'm going to try every single ladder because I am going to make it to the top, because I'm not going to let something get me down. And we're going to be talking about this a lot in this podcast. There's going to be a lot of creating a success mentality, a victor mentality. So here we go. Let's go to the next one. Next slide. Okay, victor or victim. So some of the things that you're going to have to learn is, I'll show you both sides. Being self-critical, you're a victim. You're victimizing yourself. A martyr. "Oh, woe is me." Yes, some things might be woe is you. And you know what? Give empathy to people that have this struggle, but you don't have to. When someone passes away, it's sad. Embrace the sadness. Be okay with the sadness, but then learn how to get out of that slump. If someone says, "That's not possible," well, that's fine. You don't think that's possible. I'm going to make that possible. I'm going to find a way to make that possible. If you say, I'm powerless, well, then you're giving everyone else the power. You don't have the power. Okay, so give up today. You are no longer in control of your life. You have no control. Give it over to someone else. You're done. It's done with. If you're going to become the victim over everything or most things, then you're allowing other people to control your life. Do you want to be controlled? I don't think you do. No one wants to be controlled. Everyone wants to feel like they are in control. So give yourself the control. Give yourself the power. Tell that person that says it's impossible or you're not going to be able to do it or whatever they say that's negative about what you can do, what you know you can do. Whether you don't think it, you should know you can do it. You can do nearly anything. You can't fly. Well, maybe you can. Jump on an airplane. You can't go to space. Well, you might have to pay a lot of money, but build a SpaceX. There are ways of you doing these things that you do not have to be a victim. Let's see the victor. Good health, healthy self-esteem, self-love. I love myself. You know, I might have had 3 open heart surgeries. I might have be limited because of my heart. I might have 2 mechanical valves that, if you listen to it, you hear the clicking? That's my heart. I might have mechanical valves inside of me, but I still go running every day. I still wake up every day thinking this is going to be the best day of my life, because it can become your best day. Self-reliance. This is one of, look at this. Look at this right here. Number 6 right there. Oh, no, sorry. Number 7. Self-reliant. I'm self-reliant. I don't have to worry about the government paying me any money, even though I've become unemployed. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix this. And yes, sometimes it does need help from others. Do not be closed to accepting help from others. But you can do that. You can go ask. You can do that. You can go find a job. You can do that. You can create something that changes the impossible to possible. You're going to be more positive, optimistic. You're going to be able to have that understanding that you are enough. You are strong enough. You are smart enough. You are inventive enough. You can do it. You can do it. Adam Sandler movie. Okay. I should actually bring that one up. That would be a good one to be showing here. But you can do it. Here are some others. This is now the growth mentality. Now, if you go talk to a psychologist, counselor, this is what they're going to be talking more of. They're going to be talking of growth mentality. They don't like saying success and failure. Well, I'm not saying having success and failure. But what's the growth mentality versus a fixed mentality? A fixed mentality is you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere because you won't let yourself become more. You won't let yourself grow. So, if you're going to be a fixed mentality, here you go. Failure is limiting to my abilities. I'm either good at it or I'm not. I don't like to be challenged. You know what? Forget that. I love being challenged. Now, I don't like being challenged by my kids in the sense that they don't listen and always fight back and don't listen to what I have to say. But you know what? That's a lesson to be learned. That is also, failure is an opportunity to grow. If I struggle with my kids, I need to learn from that struggle and make it better. I need to create a better relationship with my kids so that they do listen to me. I need to do all these things. So again, when somebody gives you feedback, this one right here, feedback is constructive. Feedback. If I can get feedback right here, feedback is constructive. It's not criticism. Someone can criticize me, but if it's actually honest criticism, then I can use that as feedback and become better than I am. Okay, so what does this do? What does this mentality do? This is the most important part of this whole podcast. Mindset. Your attitude becomes behavior. Your behavior becomes action. Your action brings you to success. Now, what happens when you have... Actually, I caught my alarm before it went off. What happens if you're able to figure this out and change your mentality and become success-minded or victor-minded or growth mentality? What happens? You become in control. You become self-reliant. You become... I thought I had stopped it. I guess I had not. Life lesson right there. I learned something with my clock. Next time I need to turn it off completely. Okay. So long story short, you're in control. When we're talking about finances, we're going to help you become in control of your finances. We're going to help you become in control of your future. No one's going to control you because you're going to control yourself. And because you're going to control yourself, you're going to be more successful. You're going to grow more. You're going to grow more mentally, physically, spiritually, everything. You're going to be enough. If you don't think you are, you might as well just end this podcast. I'm sorry to say it. If you cannot figure out, and you don't have to do it now, but if you don't have if you don't have the desire to change this, it's never going to change. So do that right now. Make it something inside of you that says, you know, I want to succeed. I will succeed. Tell yourself that. Wake up in the morning, go to the mirror and say, I am going to succeed today. Do it with a smile. Don't be frustrated with the world. Don't be mad at the world. Be happy with the world. Tell them, send me your challenges. I'm going to succeed. I'm going to be better today than I was yesterday. If you're an athlete, I'm going to run the mile 1 second faster than I did yesterday. 1 second. Next time it's going to be 2 seconds. Next time it's going to be 3 seconds. Within a year, within 100 days, it's going to be, within 60 days, it's going to be a minute faster. Okay, so the next time we talk, we're going to go back more into finances. But I want you to have this mentality. I want you to understand where you are, who you are, and where you're going to become. Because again, if you can't get into the mindset that I want to be successful, I want to learn these things, I want to overcome my mental stress struggles, why even listen? Why even listen? Because you're going to be the biggest hindrance to your success. No one else is. Because no one controls you. No one controls what you think. ultimately you control everything in your life. And it might not be that you control what happens in life, but you control how you're going to address everything that happens in life. You make that choice. You have the power. You are enough. You are strong enough. You are inventive enough. You have a desire that's enough. And this goes with all parts of life, not just finances, not just education, not just physical, not just mental, not just spiritual. All aspects of life are set on your mindset. So get your mindset straight in your own life, how you want to do it. Get it straight, and it will empower you. You are powerful. And with that, thank you so much for joining us on this Debt-Free Millionaire podcast. You will be successful. I will make sure of it. If you follow these rules, follow these lesson plans, follow this understanding. If you want to go your own way, that's totally up to you. And you might get partially there. You might get mostly there. But if you want to get there, these are the steps to do it. Again, I'm not a financial planner. No, I'm someone that's experienced life like you. I've felt depression. I've felt anxiety. My kids, my family have all gone through it. I want you to succeed. I want you to be powerful. No one else controls it. This is only you. You are the most powerful person in the world. Someone could put you in prison. They still can't control your mind. You are powerful. And with that, I will catch you next time. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll catch you next time again. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.